70. Thank you for listening. What's Up Yuma is next. It's 10 o'clock.
When you walk into NPR headquarters, one of the first things you see is a big map of the country covered with little blue dots. Each dot represents a local public radio station. That's the NPR network. I'm Catherine Marr, CEO of NPR. With federal funding for public media eliminated, help us plan for the road ahead by giving to this station today. Thank you.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are going to be joined first by Martha Ryan. She's been a guest before, but yes. I guess you got something else going on, Ronnie?
Oh, yeah. Her and her girlfriend started a grief podcast.
All right. We're going to find out about that. Grief, but hopefully on a happy note, exactly. Because after that, we have Robert Masson from the U of A, right? Did I get it right?
Yes, that's right.
U of A Yuma Farm Film Festival.
Yeah.
So I think they do some filming of farms, maybe?
Yeah, agriculture related.
So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. And you can stream right now on the Border Radio Facebook page and KAWC YouTube page. And email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are graced by Martha Ryan again. She's here because she's always up to something. And I think she's
such a troublemaker.
No, but really always up to something because I think, did I see you in the news too?
Oh, the newspaper.
Actually, and
the newspaper.
Robert's the one who interviewed me and did that whole story on me.
Robert's our second guest in the corner over
really?
here.
Yeah, we ran into each other on this day. It's just so funny.
Really?
He's like, "Oh, I'm the guest on What's Up You?" I'm like, "Me too."
So that's happened quite a few times where our guests have known each other and they're like working. And they're like, "Did you plan that?" We're like, "No, not at all."
Wow.
Hey,
so
before we begin, can I say something important? Happy anniversary, honey. Today's 7 years. I told him I would say something real quick before I forgot. So love you, Bo. See you later for dinner.
All right. Love you too, Bo.
Johnny loves you too.
But what was that article about real quick?
Just legacy at JV Farms. How I started in agriculture, my roots, how I continued to follow my father's footsteps. And I run their planting department and their spray department. So it's just an article highlighting that, what I do, my role at JV Farms, and how I got to get into agriculture.
So you do that, and you have your own business?
My business, yeah.
And you have a podcast?
And I have a podcast, yes.
And you brought a friend here. Does she sleep?
My daughter-in-law?
No, daughter-in-law. No sleeping.
I drive her nuts. She's actually the co-owner of the Regiment Club.
Oh, okay.
But she's more of my daughter than my daughter-in-law. She's been in my life for a long time.
So you don't get much rest.
I do not. And I'm actually a student. I was just telling Robert how I enrolled at AWC again. I know I'm like 44.
To do what?
A lot of good things. You'll hear from it.
Surprise? Okay. We don't get to know yet.
You get an update at some point? It's like, she's like, you got to bring me on a third time to get any of that.
She's going to be a weekly guest.
That is a future
Martha joins us today for the 20th time so we can finally get out
what she's doing with her life.
Yeah. No, but one of the things you're doing and the reason you're on today is because you started a podcast about grief called Ay Qué Sad?
Yes.
Ay Qué Sad.
Yeah, Ay Qué Sad. I love how you say it.
Ay Qué Sad. Yeah, which for those that don't speak the Spanish,
I do not.
Like Ronnie. But what does that mean? You were saying that you were telling Ronnie off
so
air.
Ay Qué Sad can translate in many ways. It could be, oh, how sad, or oh, so sad, or fudge, sad.
Dang, that's sad.
Yeah, or dang, that's sad. That's a good one. You see, now I know, dang, that's sad. So it's just a cute, well, I don't want to say cute because grief is not cute, right? But we wanted it to be kind of cute,
a little playful,
something playful, because we want to normalize grief in a way that you can actually talk about it. It's okay to talk about it. So
that's right.
That's why we started it.
Okay, so what started that though? Like, why about grief of all topics?
Right. Okay. Of all topics. So one of my closest friends lost her mom, Martha, 2 years ago, this past June, and I lost my mom, Martha, in April. And I'm very emotional, and she's not. She's the type of person that if you try to hug her, she'll be like, "What are you doing?"
And this is your co-host you're talking about?
Yeah, I have two co-hosts.
Okay.
What are their names?
And so it's Jessica, that's who lost her mom, and then it's Jasmine, who lost her brother Ernie last December. And so we, she's like, we should do something where we can just talk about grief and bring on guests and hear their different stories, because grief at the end is grief, right? And we all process it differently, and we have to be able to talk about it and be able to be there for people who are going through it. Before my mom passed, which she was someone really big in my life, I didn't know how to show up for people through grief. So then when my mom passed and people weren't showing up, I'm like, people need to know that, hey, show up, or it's okay to talk about it, right? Don't stop talking about her. And so Jessica came up with the idea, because she doesn't really share her feelings a lot. So this is really helping her.
So Jessica, the one that doesn't share her feelings,
her idea?
was her idea.
It was her idea.
Oh,
and
interesting.
That's very brave of her, and I love her for that. And then so we chimed in Jasmine, and she just does everything. She does the editing.
She's like the techie.
She's the techie, and she's so good at it, and she's amazing. And without her, we wouldn't be Ay Qué Sad, because she created our logo.
Your shirt?
Yes.
You got a shirt on?
Yes, and I'll bring you guys some shirts, because I just had some made, but they're not ready.
Okay.
And then so she created the logo and everything. Together we came up with the name, the cute.
How did the three of you meet?
So I've known Jessica for a long time. I met her through JV Farms when I used to work for Fresh Express, and we actually met at that Cocoa Paw Marathon. We walked together, and we became friends ever since, because I wasn't going to walk any faster and she wasn't either. And we're just like, let's be the last ones and eat M&Ms and Gatorade, on the way over there. And they'd give you M&Ms, and we just clicked after that. And we became really good friends, and we worked at JV Farms together. And then, she no longer works there for many years. And then Jazz, I met her brother Ernie was one of my close friends back in middle school. And so I met her back then.
Okay.
And then we just reconnected through grief in a way. Well, with Jazz I did, because with Jessica, I mean, she's been in my life ever since. But with Jasmine, it wasn't that friendship. It was just like, oh, we know each other, you know?
Okay.
But after this, we're our grief support group.
Yes.
When we have a bad day, we can connect with our family and friends, or my husband, or my kids, or my daughter-in-law. But when you have someone who really understands it, like not just your family, but outside of it, it helps.
Yeah, well, me and Johnny have both lost our fathers around the same time.
Yeah.
It was 2021.
What, 2022 for me, the beginning, yeah.
And it was rough. That was the first like real close death I've ever had to somebody that, sure, I've had grandparents and some uncles that I was not close with, but and it was tragic and it was sudden, and our daughter was only like 12 weeks old, and it was just a lot to process. So I too did have no clue about grief, you know? And so yeah, I'm interested to hear a little bit about how, what was grief like in your family growing up?
So just like you said, we lose grandparents, we lose uncles and aunts and stuff like that, or friends of the family, but it never hits you until it's someone really close to you. Yeah,
the immediate family. Yeah.
It's like my mom, the moment we lost our mom, our family started dissipating.
Yeah. So completely. She was the glue.
She was the glue, but we didn't realize it, right? We didn't realize she was the glue. We didn't realize how, we didn't even think, we couldn't even explain the feeling of what would it be like to lose my mom, right? That's not even, she was Thanksgiving, she was Christmas, she was New Year's. And, you know, it's hard, but losing a parent I don't know what it's like to lose a child, you know, that's gotta be horrible. But losing my mom was losing myself. Yeah. And I'm in the process of trying to find myself. And part of why I enrolled in school was to help people for what she went through one day. And I won't get, I mean, is it hard? Yes. You know, it will be hard, but she's going to be my drive, because I am finding myself through learning what she actually went through medically to understand it and be able to give back to the community and really sit down and listen. So hopefully, you know, it doesn't happen the way it did. Losing her so suddenly to you know, septic shock. So, but grief is so heavy on the family when it's someone so close. My dad is really going through it. I see him and it breaks my heart because they were married. Their anniversary, we buried her on Tuesday, the 17th, I believe it was. And no, I'm sorry, I can't think straight. So we buried her on Tuesday, the 22nd, and Wednesday, the 23rd was their 49-year anniversary.
49 years?
49 years.
Whoa.
So you go from having your life partner, right, to waking up by yourself every day. And I can't even imagine. That just breaks my heart. Just thinking about it breaks my heart. And our siblings, you know, we try to hang in there and be close, but you do lose touch with some family members.
So did you grow up like thinking or being taught like, let's not talk about grief?
Yeah.
So when this happened, you didn't talk about it, or did you all stuff it?
I think I don't even know how we're coping with it till this day. I think we just kind of send, you know, messages here and there. And we don't really, we talk about it, but not like we do on the podcast. And the podcast, it's raw. We go all out. We cry, and you know, the goal is to have guests on there. And I even asked my sisters, and they won't be on it. My sisters are really, they keep to themselves a lot. And my brother will, you know, we really don't talk anymore after my mom passed. But it's just amazing how that glue is gone, right? Yeah. One person's gone and everything falls apart. Yeah. So, and on our podcast, we talk about that. We talk about friends and families that no longer are there, and that it's okay. It's a different version. I don't know if you guys experienced this when your father's passed, but don't you feel like a different version of you is just, it's born, I guess, or you're not the same person anymore.
Yeah, the biggest, the first big one for me was when my Nana passed away, and she was the glue for our family. And even like I stay in touch with my cousins, but it's pretty much like, well, it's not the same anymore. We don't get together, we don't do stuff, because everybody would go to my Nana's house, and that's where we did all the get-togethers, Christmas, Thanksgiving, everything. And then, once you lose that, you lose connection to people. So it's not just the loss of that one particular person. Everyone. Yeah, it was like this whole thing just totally changed, and everybody kind of went their separate ways. And we didn't have that time where we're going to get together again. So it sounds like that's part of dealing with the grief and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because what do they say grief is? It's missing someone you love so much, right? If you didn't hurt and you didn't grieve and you didn't feel that pain, then did you really love them as much, right? And I think my mom's legacy is love. And she left that imprinted in every one of us. And I wasn't the only one super close to her. We had a really funny relationship because we were really good friends, but we would fight like friends.
You and your mom?
Oh, yeah. She was more of like, you're not going to tell me what to do. And then when she would tell me something that would take me off, I would stop talking to her. And then she'd, message me that she made my favorite food or something.
That was her way of saying sorry. That was her way.
We don't say sorry in our family. We don't.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's like me and my dad too. He would never apologize to me, but he'd text me like, how are the kids? I want to come see the kids. And I'm like, oh, fine. But what I like is that you're turning it into a learning experience and you're trying to help others. Yeah. But it takes years. It's, when my dad died too, like I said, it was sudden, did not expect it. And he had been living with me for a week and it wasn't working out. And so we made him leave and he died the next day, like mad at me. But so that was hard because all the guilt of like, oh my God, I kicked my dad out and he died, like all of that, all of those emotions. But what I learned, I was mad. Then I was sad. I had to take care of the cremation. I had to take care of, I had no clue what I was doing. Like I was completely lost. So a lot of families stepped up and helped me, but it was like learning to accept that even if he had stayed and lived with me, he still could have had that stroke and heart attack in my house, in front of my kids, so it's a lot of learning, like learning backwards.
Yeah. It's learning not to be hard on yourself because I used to be with my mom every other weekend or every weekend, it was, our kids are really close to her and we just have breakfast at her house. We called it breakfast at Nana's every Sunday. And I was so busy working on my business and so busy working JV Farms that I didn't see her. And it turned out she was upset. I found out she was upset at me before she passed. And I live with that. Yeah. And all I've been told by Jessica, our co-host, is don't carry that.
No,
don't carry that
exactly
guilt.
what I was told too. Yeah. It's not your fault and they love you. So yeah, maybe they were mad at you for that second, but that has nothing to do with the amount of love that, I had to deal with a lot of that too.
Yeah.
So that just takes time though. Everything just takes time and acceptance.
And the first, right? The
Yes.
first Thanksgiving, the first Christmas.
Mine was Father's Day
I'm
for sure.
dreading it.
Yeah, like I couldn't take Father's Day. I couldn't even get my own husband a gift because I couldn't even go shopping without breaking down. And thank God I have like the most understanding husband because he's like, it's okay. I don't need anything, I'm like, thank you, honey.
And shout out to my husband because he's been my big support as well. And I mean, I don't know. How did you guys feel? I'm asking a question now.
She's the third host.
When I broke down a lot was when I had to go shop for a dress for her funeral. I remember being in my car. I got in my truck and I was like, I can't believe I'm shopping for a dress for my mom's funeral.
Yeah.
I don't know if that hit you guys when
we
you
didn't have
it.
a funeral.
No.
Yeah, we just had a cremation, and I still actually have his remains in a box on my dresser. And I'm getting closer and closer to wanting to like let them go, like year by year. So, what about you, Johnny?
Well, for me, my dad he had a heart attack leading up to it, and his health was going down, and that's what COVID was big. So, the last about year and a half or 2 years before he passed away, I made time for him. He didn't live here. He lived in Payson. So he'd come down and stay with me. But I was already mentally prepared for losing him. Like I knew that my time was short.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, he's not going to take care of himself. He's not going to eat better. He's not going to do these things. So this is my time. And me and my dad, we didn't really always get along. We have a lot of differences. I just let it drop. And it's like, oh, we're just going to go out and get a beer and that's it. And I know. So when he passed, it was like, I was prepared.
Yeah.
It wasn't a shock for me or anything like,
not too crazy.
I just like, okay, now I got to do the same thing. I got to find the burial plot. I got to do everything. And I just put that all together. So my mom didn't have to worry about it. So I did everything and picked the spot, got the grave diggers out there. And,
wow.
I did.
Were your parents together?
Yeah. They're together, living together in Payson. But I just like, I took it like, okay, now I'm the man of the family. I just got to man up and handle everything.
You have all sisters.
Yeah. So I got 3 younger sisters. So I just manned up. I did everything, all of it from, the tombstone on. Like I had
and
it all
it's a
done.
lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Even stepping up and saying, yeah, I'll do it. It's sad still. And it's like, this is crazy. Like, and so yeah, but I did no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
With any of the procedurals, after dealing with like the morgue and this, he had been flown to Phoenix from here. So he was in bodies in Phoenix, didn't know what to do. So I had a lot of family try to guide me. So I was really grateful for them.
Yeah. But are you ever ready? Right. Do you even know how to mourn? Picking her plot, picking her casket, her outfit.
Well, it's like you're never ready to really have a kid, are you?
No.
Oh, even if you have 5, you're really never prepared for the next one.
But you're just numb in those days. I feel some days I'm still numb. Like I'm like floating.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
And how long ago was this that your mom passed?
So April 11th of this year.
April 11th.
So recent.
Very recent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you're right where you should be, actually. If you were just like, yeah, who cares? It'd be weird. But you're not.
Yeah. No, I'm not. And the one thing I've learned is just when you feel like you're having a bad day is cry it out and sit with it.
Yeah. And I liked your story because that was a lot like Bo.
What's that?
He knew his mom's time was limited.
Yeah.
So she died when we got pregnant with our first baby. And he just knew she wasn't going to change. There's no stopping smoking. Yeah. There's no, she's going to get better. She's going to come with me to like do, whatever. So like he just enjoyed his time with her.
That's it.
So when he texted me and was like, my mom died, I was like upset. And he's like, I accept it. And he really was like, okay with it.
Yeah, that's how it was.
She's not like fighting anymore,
Yeah. I like that. When he was passing away, he was in the hospital up in Payson and it's snowing up there. And so I had to go to their farm and deliver baby goats.
Oh my gosh.
Like I left him kind of saying goodbye. And then I went over there and then delivered like 3 baby goats on their farm. And, and they were in the snow and I had to get them all warmed up and stuff. It's like, so it's like, okay, bringing life back into it, so I just took it for that and moved on.
Circle of life. Totally.
Yeah.
I found out I was pregnant with Keen on the day of her funeral. So we were like, whoa, like this is the big circle that everybody talks about.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back. And I want to know what it was like the first episode, what it was like doing that. So we're going to find out about that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel, carpet, and RV cleaning. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
Are you new to the What's Up Yuma podcast on 94.7 FM? Or perhaps you've missed one of the live streams or you'd like to see that interview again? You can do so if you go to the KAWC Public Radio YouTube channel. We've archived each and every episode just for you. You can watch it again and even share it with a friend. You can subscribe to our channel and then you'll always know what's up. You're welcome. Expect a sunny, breezy day in Yuma with an afternoon high of 90 degrees and an evening low of 60.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are talking to Martha from Ay Qué Sad Podcast. And so we discussed a little bit about grief and dealing with it. We've all experienced loss. But now I want to know what it was like doing that first episode, because you got to get some equipment together. You got to figure out how to put it on the different outlets like Spotify. There's a lot that goes into it. What was that like?
I did nothing.
You did nothing. Oh,
So you
okay.
left it to the techie?
No,
Okay.
Jasmine did all that, and I
Yeah.
was hoping she'd be here, but obviously she's in somewhere in the Phoenix area.
Yeah.
She has her kids really little, but she's great at it. Without her, and even then I get stressed, and I'm not. She's the one who put us on Spotify, on Apple,
Wow.
on Amazon, on YouTube, and she's really good at just like sharing it. And she's the one who ordered our first merch, and she's just really good at it. Without her, we wouldn't be Ay Qué Sad. Without Jessica's pizzazz, we wouldn't be Ay Qué Sad. I'm kind of like, Jessica and I have known each other so long that we have a really good dialogue, and Jazz is really quiet. So we tell her, you got to talk more, she's so sweet. But these girls have been a really good support group, and I don't know anything about how she put us on any platform.
But what about just like doing it for the first time?
It was so hard.
It was difficult doing the first one.
Was it hard to open
lights,
up?
camera, action, you're on.
So what was hard for me was the fact that I didn't know how to work my microphone, and she was gone. Melanie, I say she because she's over there in the corner staring at me, and I was so mad at her for not
stop staring at her so much. No.
And I was like, so I just went on without a mic, and Jazz did get some feedback that are kind of, we weren't on the same level. Like she had her mic, Jess and I didn't. Yeah, it's Jazz and Jess, so it's kind of get confused. JJ's, and so she was like, well, you guys need to get a mic. I was like, oh. So it looks like this, and I really don't know how to work it yet, but it's really stressful for me because I'm always on the go, and I'm just like, I want to sit down and give it more time than I should. So I'm working on that because it is therapy for me. That is my therapy.
So how many episodes? Just one so far?
We've done 3.
Oh, okay.
We've done 3 or 4. Today we're going to film.
There is a video aspect to it, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I guess it's just us and, in our home. So eventually it'll be something different, it'll be more formal. And
so there's no real format. You guys just kind of all hop on and then talk.
Yeah. And
who brings up the subject?
Jasmine does.
Okay.
And she's really good at it. And she's really good at making them so raw that when you, the last one we had 2 weeks ago was not that hard. It was kind of funnier and energetic, and we just kind of chatted. The one before that was, she's like, tell me about that last day.
Yeah, that's rough.
I broke down. I remember we got a lot of feedback, and people will comment, bring on a guest that talks about child loss. So it's like, that's a hard one. Bring on a guest, and they'll kind of give us feedback. My husband texts me. He's like, Gorda. He calls me Gorda. I'm so proud of you girls. You guys have me sitting in a parking lot crying. I was like, thank you. That's a compliment, right? Because it means that it's getting to our audience. And what we want is not to get to them in that way, but to normalize it and heal together in a way and keep on bringing. Well, we haven't brought one guest yet because we're still trying to figure out how we are working together because it's only been 3 episodes. But after that, we're going to start bringing on guests that have been through different walks of life of grief, right?
And it's important that you heal.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to stay in the sad, you know? So it's important to say, this is why I'm sad. Let's acknowledge it. And then what's the solution to heal from that?
Yeah.
So I think that's your goal.
Yeah. And eventually bring on trauma therapists to talk about it, right?
Sure.
Or any type of therapist or whatever it can be, whether it's their beliefs. I believe in God, but if you believe in something else, tell me how that's helping you.
Exactly.
Right.
How long are the episodes?
So we said they were going to be 30 minutes, and we are seriously there for close to 2 hours, I want to say. And then Jasmine has to edit it for an hour.
Okay.
So that's a lot of editing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just talk and talk forever, and then Jasmine's like, let's stop now.
That is a lot of editing.
We just talk a lot. And then we had to start raising our hands when we want to say something. We're like, hello. Because Jessica can talk. And talk.
Okay.
And so we have to be
she's got to learn to stop.
Jessica. But she's funny because she's really good at talking. And I always tell her, you should be a therapist because you're really good at giving advice.
Well, these are the growing pains of learning how to do a podcast, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, dogs are barking and husband walks in. I'm like,
I'm recording.
What's your problem? Why are you here?
But then she gets to edit that out, huh?
Exactly.
She does.
Yeah.
But we started kind of telling her that she needs to leave in the funny stuff too, because we do joke around a lot.
Oh, okay.
So she started doing that.
Yes, it is important to have humor, through everything.
Yeah.
You have to not take yourself too seriously. That's a rule I have. Like, don't take myself so seriously. Nothing in life is that serious. Real quick, I know you guys do something at the end. Isn't there like an angel number?
Yes. So I pitched the pitch to the girls, and I'm like, hey, I heard something on the Anderson Cooper radio show, his podcast. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys ever listened to it, but it's about grief, and it's a really good one. And at the end, he does the phone call to heaven, and he has a number where people call and they leave a message to their loved one. I don't have the number with me, but if you go to Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or to the Ay Qué Sad, the phone number, the heavens hotline is on there, and we'll play those messages at the end of the episode.
Wow. Do people actually leave messages?
Yes, and they're so heartbreaking. Honestly, they are, but they are. It's. I haven't had the gut to do it yet. I haven't had the guts to do it yet. But if you guys leave a message, they'll be played at the end of the episode. That's just a really nice touch to add to our listeners, and we're getting a lot of good feedback.
That's awesome.
And it's not feedback like, oh God, why do you guys do this? It's like, thank you for doing this. It's really helping me. And we're hearing a lot of stories that just touch our hearts.
Yeah. So recently I just, we took a Monday off and I went to go visit my mom. She lives in Payson, but me and my three sisters, we went to Phoenix. And my mom went down to Phoenix. We met over there. And I'm saying this because you brought up a message. Well, while we're in the car, my sister kept these old messages that my dad would leave on her phone. Well, actually, it was on her husband's phone, who actually is probably listening right now, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
My dad and my brother-in-law both worked out here. My Dan still works out here. But anyway, my dad would get a ride from Dan out here. My dad is always early. Always like to be early. Dan races here the last minute. It's like he has to be here at 7. He leaves his house in Okietown at 6:40 or 59. Anyway, so in this message, my dad's leaving. It's just he's in there like he's like, Dan, hello, where are you at? And he's acting like he's talking to him, but it's on the message thing, right? And then he's like, he hangs up and gets ready to do that. And then he's talking to my mom. I don't even know if he's awake or not, this and that. You just kind of hear this thing. And so me and my sisters were just in the car laughing kind of about the message. And it's like, that is so my dad, he would get so mad. And then he's like, I'm just going to walk over there,
I'm just leaving.
Yeah, he'd do that. But it was part of like kind of also still healing, even though it's been a few years. Yeah. But listening to that, it was really cool to kind of bond and share that with my sisters and stuff. So
did they cry?
Did they cry?
Or were they like more laughing?
No, they didn't cry.
It was more like, oh, Dad.
Yeah, no. Then they could even get playful and dark because like my dad's grave right now where he's at, it got damaged by the storm too. No. So it's like you could see there's like a hole. Yeah. And so my sister was like, we need to go fix this or Dad's going to be floating out in the next storm, Like, and I'm like, whoa.
It's the truth.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we got dark here on this trip.
We got real morbid, ladies.
Yeah. But it's like, that's my sister. So
yeah. Sometimes it's okay to get dark. I get dark, but I get funny dark because I like to joke around a lot. So I'll say like, stuff I probably shouldn't say. And I was like,
That's
maybe I
okay.
shouldn't have said that.
But as long as you keep the memory alive, like you guys are.
And honor her, and honor everything she did for us. And
we talk about my dad all the time.
Yeah.
And we laugh about the annoying things he did and like the funny things he did.
Yeah.
Or grandpa would say what to that,
Yeah.
right now. So just keep the podcast going.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So we're going to have to go, but let people know how they can find your podcast.
So we're on Instagram, as Ay Qué Sad Podcast, TikTok, Ay Qué Sad Podcast, Facebook as well, YouTube, and then obviously Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and I think that's it. Is there any other platform?
No, I think you said YouTube, right?
I did say YouTube.
Do you guys have like an Instagram and Facebook page
we do.
dedicated
Ay
to
Qué
it?
Sad
So
Podcast.
people can
Okay.
follow
Yes.
you.
And you'll see the little logo. I don't even know.
I think
if you
it's
can.
cute.
Yeah.
You'll
A
see
little
the
sad
logo.
heart.
It is a little sitting down and weeping and grieving. And
Oh, he needs a hug.
he needs like
Well, good luck with everything that you
Yes.
do. And I'm going to have to check out the podcast. I don't know how much Spanish I'm going to pick up from it, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best.
Me too.
You're gonna have to go on the show and give us your Spanglish.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna do it. Well, with that, we are going to take a break right now. We'll be back with how do you say it? Masson?
Masson. It's
Masson.
French.
Masson? Oh,
Masson.
wow. Yeah, that's where Masson. I'm just gonna call him like that. That's his only name, like Madonna. We'll be back with him after a short break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
I'm your host, Jared J.B. Boyd. This week on Bill Street Caravan, we've got the 30th anniversary of Memphis' own Big Ass Truck.
Thursday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel. More than 100,000 people in the U.S. are living with Alzheimer's, and Yuma County has the highest rate in Arizona. About 13% of residents aged 65 and older in Yuma are affected by the disease. In Yuma, the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's aims to raise funds for research and local support. It takes place Saturday, November 15th at West Wetlands Park, with registration now open. Carol Brown with WACOG, which partners with the Alzheimer's Association, says the walk is a special event and it's often attended by people with Alzheimer's.
They want to see who's supporting them because they know that the money being raised is to try and benefit them. And it's well worth the fight because I can't think of a better day than the day that I hear they found a cure.
Brown says they're also looking for volunteers to help with setup, registration, and water stops. For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel.
The Arizona Western College String Ensemble will present a student chamber music concert at St. Paul's Episcopal Church on 16th Street at 5 p.m. on October 30th. The group will feature works that celebrate the versatility of strings, traversing the familiar and the unexpected. More information is available under events at azwestern.edu.
K-pop fans, ever had a K-pop song on repeat in your head because it's flooding your TikTok feed? Join me this week for the TikTok show on K-pop for Border to hear K-pop artists like New Jeans, Stray Kids, and Cat's Eye, whose songs made it big from going viral. Unlike TikTok, we'll be playing the whole song and giving these artists the attention they deserve. Because, hey, these songs are viral for a reason. K-pop for Border airs on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Kofa Radio.
I use KAWC almost on a daily basis in my car. It's the background for chores around my house. And I go to the website and look for stories that are of interest, and I listen to podcasts. I look to the news on NPR because I'm looking for something beyond the headline or a soundbite or a gotcha moment. I really want news that shows me sort of the multiple dimensions of a story, that seeks information from multiple sources and doesn't tell me how to think. It just presents the issues. And I really appreciate that. being a sustaining member of a service like KAWC takes the mystery out of it for me. So I know that I am supporting every month. I also know that I don't have to remember to sit down and write a check at the end of the year or a budget for a check at the end of the year, right? It's kind of coming out of my account every month. And that makes me feel a little bit like I'm part of the team. I'm Lori Stoft from Arizona Western College, and I'm a proud supporter of KAWC Yuma.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, Jorge and Paula Ramos. A conversation with journalists and father-daughter duo about why neutrality is failing journalists in the second Trump administration.
Neutrality doesn't work nowadays, especially when it comes to the way our immigrants, people like me, are being treated.
That's next time on Latino USA.
Latino USA airs on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Robert Masson. Did I get it right?
You got it.
You say it, but you say
yeah,
it.
say it. Go ahead.
Robert Masson.
Masson? No, yeah, you don't have to say it like it's French. Like,
yeah, you got to say it like it's French.
Come on.
Masson.
Masson. Is it French, really?
It is. My dad's 13th generation French Canadian.
Oh, right on. Okay. And so we always like to get to know our guests before we get into the meat of everything. So how did you end up here in Yuma?
Well, Ronnie, Johnny, first of all, thank you for having me on the show
Thanks
here.
for coming.
It's a very exciting day to be here. Very exciting day to be here on campus for the Salsa Festival going on.
Yeah. So, and then, okay, like I should actually start with why you're here on campus too, because you work for I'm going to get this right, U of A, Yuma County Cooperative Extension.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So first, let's explain what that is, and then we'll go back into how you ended up here.
Sure. So Cooperative Extension is the branch of the University of Arizona that extends the resources of the university out into the community. Here in Yuma County, we have several different groups that are participating, from a group that goes into schools and looks at kids' teeth for smiles, to a group that teaches master gardeners, teaches people how to garden. Also 4-H is lumped into that with, learning animal husbandry. And my job is to help farmers fix problems.
Okay.
Nice.
So what kind of problems typically?
Well, we follow the extension model. So what we do is go out into the community and do needs assessment surveys, find out what they need. Then we do research at our University of Arizona Ag Farm. We have a 514-acre farm here in Yuma. So we do a lot of stuff out in the farm. I've got a few of my college interns are out there today doing applications and things. Then we take that information and we create education, both in workshops, newsletters, all types of online activities. Like Martha, we had her on our news story the other day, where we create news articles for the Yuma Sun and also for KYMA Homegrown every week. And then lastly, we have extension or on-farm change. And that's where we go out into the community. We be of service. Like today, I participate in Veterans Treatment Court. So we're having a graduation there where, veterans that get in trouble with the law go through a program of recovery. And today's a great day. We're having a graduation. So we're having some people go through that. So we're just of service to the community.
That's amazing.
Okay. So then, let's go back then. So how did you end up in Yuma and then getting involved with, it's mostly the ag side that you're involved in?
Mostly the ag side.
Okay.
So I've been in agriculture all my professional life. Went out of high school into the Navy. Then after that, went to school.
Where are you from originally?
Originally I'm from North Carolina.
Okay.
I did my schooling there. Worked full time for the USDA, harvesting soybeans on a combine while I got my master's degree part time. Then I moved to Indiana. I was a popcorn scientist. That was my official title.
What'd you do?
Popcorn scientist.
Yeah, for the world's largest popcorn company, Weaver Popcorn.
Okay,
Wow.
So what does a popcorn scientist do?
Because I
just
eat
it. Yeah, it's like, okay, you got the
This
kernels,
tastes
pop
good.
it in the microwave, and
I know
Science
so
is
much.
this-
I'm surprised they let me live.
you know their dark secrets. And
I know all the pop secrets.
So you know exactly how long to microwave.
So what?
and,
No,
like-
tell us what does a scientist do for popcorn?
Yeah, so it starts with the corn itself and developing new varieties of corn. There's a specific test that they like to use. It's called the metric weight volume test, or MWV NWVT test. And with that test, they have a laboratory popcorn popping machine that's calibrated by the Creators Company in Chicago, which I've seen the Granddaddy Popper. That
How big is it?
It's, it's the size of a telephone booth,
Whoa.
So you put in 250 grams of corn, a half cup of oil, you pop it 480 degrees, and you dump it into a graduated cylinder, and you see popping expansion.
Whoa.
So the idea is if they sell popcorn by the 50-pound bag, and then movie theaters pop it and sell it by the bucket. So one's a weight thing, one's a volume thing. So if you could get more buckets out of the same amount of corn, you profit.
Exactly.
So hybrid research, R&D, flavor development, texture development, figuring out what is a good bite in popcorn, looking at that. Then quality assurance, there's a lot of grain bin conditioning, dealing with the insects that want to eat the corn in the grain bin, making sure that the corn is conditioned to the proper moisture content. It has to be plus and minus 1% moisture, from 13 to 14% moisture for it to pop properly. If it's too wet, it will rot. If it's too dry, it won't pop properly.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, I'm so fascinated right now.
Me too. I'm just like, keep going.
Yeah. Every time I go to the movie theater, I eat absolutely too much popcorn. Like, so whatever you get, you scientists have cooked up.
It's addictive.
It's
whatever you're putting it in.
It's like I never drink soda ever, but like if I go to the movies, I have to have something, because it's like I'm going between the popcorn and the this and that, and then it's like, oh, you scientists, you've got me.
You probably can't talk about it. Any of like the worst flavors you guys tried to make?
Oh my.
A horrible one that did not work well.
I'll tell you what's amazing is these flavor companies, most of which are coming out of New Jersey, and they're like in the perfume industry. They came and they filled those little ketchup containers with the tops on them, like with clear liquids, and they would pass them around the table. And they said, here's our new aged white cheddar. And you'd open it up, taste it, and it's
tastes like it.
And they'd say, here's our new caramel corn. Here's some fantasy flavors. Here's root beer. Here's bubble gum.
Whoa.
Here's animalic. And it's like, what's animalic? It smells like goat.
So the animal.
Okay.
Yeah, it smells like goat.
Okay.
And they were saying, if you make a cheese and just put a little bit of this in it, it adds to its authenticity.
Whoa.
So it is amazing what's out there, and the magic that food scientists have.
So, okay. So why did you leave the popcorn industry?
Well, great question. I came down to Yuma and I visited, and I saw the beautiful agricultural fields we had, the lettuce upon lettuce, the spring mix with the purples and the light greens and the dark greens.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is gorgeous. It doesn't get better in agriculture than it does in Yuma.
Wow.
I fell in love. And so I took a job with a company here named Arty for Ag, or Research Design for Agriculture. They're a private company that does contract research. So basically they're mercenary scientists or pirate scientists taking jobs and doing science and giving it back to companies. Did that for a few years, and then got this job with Yuma County Cooperative Extension, where I can do science and connect with the community.
And give back.
So what year was that when you ended up coming to Yuma?
That was maybe 2014.
About 2014.
Yeah.
You've been here a while.
Yeah.
You're a human.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a compliment to him. He's like,
strong.
yeah.
So when you were young, did you know that you wanted to go into ag? Is that?
I did. Yeah. I did a lot of gardening with my family.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Just really enjoyed it. And I did the FFA in high school.
Gotcha.
I lived in Charlotte at the time. It was an urban FFA. So we did more horticulture, plant identification, less about the farming part. But then,
do they have farms over there? Is it?
We do. Yeah, we do have farms. They grow a lot of tobacco in North Carolina, but they also grow a lot of corn, soybeans. It's the number one producer of sweet potatoes in the nation.
Wow.
So it is a diversified crops. A lot different than what we do here.
You have a garden, Johnny?
Do I have a garden? No, I would like to at one point, at some point. But no, I don't. I just kill everything. I need somebody like him to show up and
just come take care of my plants.
Yeah.
Hey, well, big plug for Janine Lane and the Master Gardeners Association here in Yuma. If you want to learn more about gardening here, join that club. And they have great certifications, and they teach a lot of the snowbirds how to garden here in Yuma. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So as at a young age, you were wanting to go in this field, and I'm going to ask you a question right now. Did you want to go into spinach? Because I see your tattoo right here. Either you're a Popeye fan or you wanted to work somehow in spinach, or maybe a little bit of both.
That's funny because when you were at the bathroom, Martha off air was like, ask him about his tattoo.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. Which one though? There you have multiple.
Well, yeah, there you go. So I was in the Navy for 5 years, so I am a big Popeye
Oh,
fan.
yeah. Sailor Man. Yeah,
and
Popeye.
now I grow spinach, and spinach.
Do you really?
Is such an amazing crop.
Yeah.
Spinica oleracea is the botanical name of it.
Uh-huh.
And it's a great crop for so many different reasons, for its nutritional value, and also that it uses the least amount of water out of all the leafy green crops that we grow here in Yuma. So it's a poster child of the types of crops I believe we should be growing everywhere here in the region.
Gotcha.
So more spinach because it's
Less
more
water.
adaptive to what we have here naturally. Less water, right?
Yeah.
Save water.
Well, yeah, that's a whole conversation in itself. But
Okay.
we are in a 26-year drought. So we do need to be learning how to conserve more water.
Mhm.
But it is a very complex subject to discuss because it involves managing the soil salinity. Because it doesn't rain, we need extra water to manage the salt in the soil. So, very complex subject.
Okay, so we won't get too
He's all,
deep
"We
into
just
that.
can't do
Yeah,
this
yeah.
right
we'll-
I'd love to. We can talk the whole show.
Remember we had Tyler on. He told us all about the soil.
Tyler Woodman?
Tyler, yes, he was
Oh.
like the soil, and then the salt, and then this is the area over here. Like it was very interesting.
Well, Tyler's in one of our films.
Oh, neat.
Well, okay, so that's going to be what we're going to talk about after a break right now. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about, because you have a film festival coming up, something like
We
that?
do, the Yuma Farm Film Festival.
Okay, we're going to talk about that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering listeners a one-on-one, no-obligation consultation to review their current financial affairs and provide strategies for meeting future goals. More at yivwm.com. Investment advisory services offered through CWM LLC and SEC registered investment advisor.
Chances of showers and isolated thunderstorms in the upper elevations today. Down in Yuma, it's sunny and breezy with a high near 90 degrees. Tonight, clear with a low of 61. In Kingman, mostly cloudy, then gradually clearing with a high of 80 degrees. Some wind gusting up to 24 miles per hour out of the east. Clear tonight with a low of 51. In Prescott, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high of 75. Clear tonight with a low of 46. In Flagstaff, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 38.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
Monday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Robert Masson, and we are talking about agriculture. And now we're going to go into the film side of it, because you have a film festival. And you just mentioned that one of our previous guests was actually in one of the films, or?
That's right. Tyler Woodman is in a film that we made. It's called Stop the Rot. It's about a deadly disease that's affecting the citrus trees here in Yuma called citrus brown wood rot.
Okay.
And so it's a documentary, a 20-minute documentary where we talk with him about the issue. Then we talk to our extension fruit tree person, Dr. Glenn Wright, and he talks about the history of citrus in Yuma, as well as the deadly disease. And then we go to Tucson, where we talk to a plant pathologist who's in the laboratory studying the disease, Dr. Alex Hu. And it's a comprehensive approach discussing this topic that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
And then discussing how we're all going to work together to try to find a solution to the problem.
So this is it like a new thing that kind of popped up, or how does that?
Yeah. So there's a disease on mesquite trees that's just blowing in the wind. And
Oh.
whenever a citrus tree has a wound on it,
Mhm.
those spores land on it and basically rot the wood from the
Wow.
inside out,
Okay.
causing the tree to collapse.
Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
if you're driving around orchards in Yuma and you see there are trees that are green and beautiful, but they
Mhm.
have one branch that's just brown
Mhm.
and the leaves are still intact, it's got the citrus brown wood rot
Wow.
disease. And so
And you
they-
guys don't have, there's no cure yet.
there's no cure. They just have to be very aggressive with pruning, and they have to burn that diseased wood.
Oh my
And
goodness.
if they're not on top of it, they're going to lose a whole orchard
Yeah.
in a year or two.
Jeez,
Oh, wow. Very serious.
So that's one of the films. And then what else is it?
We have a series of films. We have some films from the Greater Yuma Economic Development Corporation, some of their award-winning films that they have, such as Why Greater Yuma, to showcase why businesses should come to Yuma.
Mhm.
And then some ag tech films, some things with YCETA, Yuma Center of Excellence with Desert Agriculture, promoting a lot of the ag tech events that they're doing, the broadband network. So all the agricultural fields in Yuma.
So
are gonna
everybody's
be
on the same
Wi-Fi.
comms, right?
And we're having an ag tech event at the Yuma Agricultural Center on November 13th, where you can meet them and discuss these specific things with them. But
Mhm.
this is a Greater Yuma Economic Development film that they created
Okay.
to promote these types
promote
of
those things. Okay.
these
Mhm.
activities. We're also going to have a movie about Dr. John Palumbo, who is an entomologist that was with us, and he was a legend, and he passed away in May, and the whole farming community loved him so much.
Mhm.
And so we're going to offer some tributes to him. We're going to look at a new app in integrated pest management that the pest control advisors, the people who look at fields, can use to identify what chemicals have been sprayed in the fields around them so that they can make better selections to not lose their efficacy. And we just filmed that at Crazy Earl's this week. So yeah, we're trying different things.
Okay.
We're trying to be
So
creative.
like you were filming there, as a discussion.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, no spoilers, but we want to talk to PCAs about the issue in a commonly accepted way, and testimonials, but
Gotcha.
in that playing pool and doing that kind of thing.
So do you guys have real quick, do you guys have like a film team? Like right outside of this office is the AWC film. I was actually talking to Jer, one of the new guy over here. He's only been here since September. But do you have a team like that kind of goes out and films these things, or what?
We have a staff videographer. His name is Don Dinwiddie. He used to work in media productions and the television news. Then he moved over to YPG, where he filmed explosions out of helicopters in slow motion.
Yeah.
Retired out of there, started a security company with video cameras and things like that.
Oh.
And now he's with us, and he is epic. He is so good at doing it.
That's
Yesterday, we were at Bloom Farms over in Roll, and we were filming with them on laser leveling and that process because we're making something called a master irrigator program, where that's a whole story in itself. But we're creating educational resources for irrigators because Yuma irrigators control 18% of the fresh water in the state.
Oh my
It
goodness.
goes through their hands, and there's no formal training for them.
Oh, no.
So we are creating training for these groups that in a 26-year drought really have minimal support. So we want to give them these supports by creating lessons, by offering certificate programs, by building that community into something bigger than it is.
So real quick, because you mentioned the year 26 years. What does that mean? Because obviously we've had rain, right? My house just got flooded recently.
Yeah.
But so what does that mean in your terms, like when you say drought?
Yeah, I wish that rain was put into the Colorado River Reservoir system. But last year, and in one of our films, we cover this. Last year, the Colorado River was at 42% capacity. All that water behind the dam was at 42%.
So the water behind the dam is at that. Okay.
Right now it is at 37%. So just in a year, we've dropped 5 points.
Yeah.
So we're in a drought. It is over allocated. We are using more money than what's in the bank, not money, but water.
Yeah.
And so we are going into deficit.
Yeah.
And so we are really facing some challenges. Some of the movies that we have, one is a a film that Yuma Fresh Vegetable Association made on Yuma ag water. It's called The Winter Salad Bowl, and it touches on that, how important water is and how we use it very efficiently here in Yuma, and it's very profitable here in Yuma. So we touch on that. And then we roll into commercial about the Master Irrigator Program. And lastly, a film that we created that we're calling an educational adventure movie, a climate fiction movie where there is no Colorado River, where the Colorado River dries.
Wow.
And we have to use irrigation efficiency improvements to survive. It's a climate fiction movie.
Yeah. You're like, it's not real, people.
But somebody wrote
could be.
it? Somebody wrote this?
I was a screenwriter.
You were a
behind it.
screenwriter. Oh, wow.
And it's a 56-minute movie. It was kicked up all the way to the top of administration. They said,
Wow.
we love your movie, but we're worried that this is going to scare people.
Yeah.
So you can self-publish this movie, but it cannot bear the U of A logo.
Okay.
So if you want to see this outlawed movie,
banned in
Banned
30
movie.
countries. No.
come on down to the Yuma
You're
Farm
not
Film
scared.
Festival
You're like, I'll show it. Yeah, I know.
on December 11th. You know, the moral of the story is we need to build it better together.
Yeah.
We need to get in front of this right now.
Mhm.
We need to have teamwork. We need to have creative solutions. And that's how we're going to survive this 26-year drought that historically, looking at the Tree Ring Research Lab in Tucson, has said this is the worst drought that we've had in 1,200 years.
Whoa, and we're living through
And
it.
we're living
And
through it.
I think I something with city council, and they had a vote on something recently
With the water,
With the
right?
water, are you aware of that with Queen Creek or something? Or
I'm not aware of that.
no,
Yeah,
okay.
someone talked about it here. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a water thing they passed, and I forgot to.
Where they were not going to share it with Queen Creek. Do you know much about the Queen Creek issue or with water?
don't,
No,
but,
okay.
You know, in the West, you know, whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting over.
Yeah.
That's not a news story, but every drop that we have to be very efficient at its use, or else Phoenix and LA will take it.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
And
We'll dry
they're
up.
obviously they're more powerful to a degree, right? Because they're the bigger cities and stuff. So
Exactly.
definitely. So okay, at this film festival, how do people like enter the film festival? Like if you have like something you've done in the ag world, you could just enter it, or
Well, this year, you know, we have 3 hours. So this year we've come with our content. But next year, I want to invite all the filmmakers of Yuma to submit
Cool.
their entries. And we'll have a great farm film festival.
So this could be like somebody goes over, they see this and they get inspired to do something, right?
their
so
own project.
Yeah, their own
Yeah.
project on it. Maybe tackle something and get creative, and this kind of could spark something.
We would love to have that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good mix of a whole bunch of different projects, directors, everything.
We would absolutely love to have that. Bring attention to all these issues, to view the issues through different lenses, to get the discussion going, to just boost creativity. We want solutions. At any crisis, it's just an opportunity for innovation.
How long has this been going on?
The
film festival.
This will be our first time.
Oh,
it's the
this
first year.
Very first. Oh, very
okay.
neat.
Wow. Probably we should have started with that. I don't know.
I'm like, this
Yeah,
is like a 10-year thing.
Yeah,
as
like
well.
I'm thinking, this has been around for a while. So it's the first year. Oh, okay.
Groundbreaking.
All right.
And I think it was very fitting to have Martha on before, talking about grief and working through grief.
Yeah.
And, you know, that catharsis that you can have afterwards, because this challenge that we're facing and all these other challenges that we're facing, if we address them, if we share them as a community, we can build it better together.
I agree. It takes teamwork.
So how do people find out more information about this?
You can visit our Eventbrite page. Please sign up. We have 680 seats. We have to fill that
Oh, wow.
Historic theater downtown.
Oh, that's where it is?
Yep.
Okay, the Historic Theater downtown. And when is it?
It's on December 11th. That's a Thursday.
Okay.
From 6 to 9 at night.
Awesome.
All
And
right.
you'll be there.
Oh, love to see you.
And then next year, I'm going to write a real horror movie all about it. Like, hey, there's going to be slashers. It's going to be crazy.
Zombies.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely. Well, zombies would be good.
Yeah, that's what
That
I
would be
mean.
perfect.
Thirsty zombies.
Thirsty zombies. Like, we need water, not brains.
Yeah, and it's like they're on the rampage or on the loose. And okay, I'm writing it today. This is it is.
Hey, maybe a mummy movie.
Okay.
Oh,
we're going to
super
co-write
thirsty
this thing.
mummies.
So you're going to be a screenwriter with
Let's
this
do
as
it.
well. So
Well,
do you guys also get that like on my favorite website, IMDb, that you do
Love
all
that
that stuff?
We do. Our film, These Drying Times, is on IMDb.
Oh, very cool. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
check that out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got a credit on IMDb, so that's I actually like to show it off every once in a while. I produced a cartoon.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah. So thank you so much.
What's the name of your cartoon?
Oh, it's called Burn Notice, BERN Notice. Not like there's a show called Burn
There's a
Notice.
movie, yeah.
But this is a cartoon about a schizophrenic guy that solves crime with his nephew. And shout out to Aaron Brigman, who wrote the whole thing. I was just a producer. He actually did this music we're listening to right now.
Ah.
So he's my buddy, and he's the one that did our intro and exit music. So
Well, thank you for
Yeah, thank
bringing
you
the
again.
water issue to light here today.
Well, Ronnie, Johnny, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you were awesome. Thank you so much.
Get ready for those salsa.
Oh, yeah, you get
Salsa.
salsas outside. Yeah, we're going to have to go check that out.
Yeah.
And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Rica, and Cecilia.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, I am totally lost, but we got Alejandra
Yeah.
Lara, and I think she's from NAU, correct?
Yeah, they're doing a special project also about farming.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. A lot of farming thing going on, and
Yep.
as well as Ashley, and I can't say that last name. We're going to have people write them in phonetically for me.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
And you can listen to the podcast at kawc.org/podcast. That's What's Up Yuma Radio. And email us at
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 AM in Yuma at kawc.org and on the KOFA app.
The Yuma Orchestra Association's Classics by Moonlight concert, featuring the Yuma Civic Orchestra and string ambassadors, will take place on Saturday, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the AWC Amphitheater. Both classical and popular music will dazzle under the moon and stars, and tickets are available at yumaorchestra.com and at the event.
Hello, I'm